Landscape lighting falls under the domain of the National Electrical Code, specifically Section 503, which covers outdoor lighting fixtures and luminaries. Outdoor lighting installations must comply with several requirements. Firstly, all wiring must be enclosed in raceways, such as conduit or cable. Secondly, junction boxes must be used to enclose splices and terminations. Thirdly, splices must be weatherproof and accessible for future inspection and maintenance. Fourthly, the installation must be designed to minimize the risk of damage from physical impact or weather conditions. Flying splices, where wires are spliced together outside of a junction box, are not permitted for outdoor lighting installations. Watertight wire nuts do not provide adequate protection from the elements and can compromise the safety and reliability of the installation. The following methods are acceptable for splicing and terminating outdoor lighting wires. Firstly, junction boxes with splices made inside and sealed with approved tapes or compounds. Secondly, direct burial cable with factory sealed splices. And thirdly, aerial cable installed in accordance with Section 520 of the NEC. In this case, the wires should be run in conduit inside the posts and spliced in a junction box at the base of each post. This method meets the requirements of the NEC and ensures a safe and reliable installation. Remember to always consult the latest edition of the National Electrical Code and local electrical codes for the most up-to-date requirements and regulations. Understanding these requirements is crucial for ensuring the safety and longevity of your landscape lighting system. When installing outdoor lighting, selecting the correct type of wire is essential. For direct burial applications, use underground feeder or off cable, which is specifically designed to withstand moisture and soil conditions. This cable is typically gray and marked for direct burial use. If you are running wires above ground, use THHN or THWN wire inside a conduit for protection from physical damage and weather. When choosing a junction box for outdoor use, select one that is rated for wet locations. These boxes are typically made of plastic or metal and have a gasketed cover to prevent water from entering. Ensure that all conduit fittings are also weatherproof to maintain a sealed system. Proper grounding is also crucial for safety. Connect all metal parts of the lighting system, including the junction boxes and fixture housings, to a grounding electrode system. This helps to prevent electrical shock in case of a fault. Use ground rods or connect to the building's grounding system, following NEC guidelines for grounding and bonding. Consider using ground fault circuit interrupters, or GFCIs, to protect outdoor circuits. GFCIs can quickly detect and interrupt ground faults, reducing the risk of electrical shock. Install GFCIs at the source of the power supply or use GFCI protected circuit breakers. The depth at which you bury the wiring is also important. The NEC specifies minimum burial depths for different types of wiring. Generally, direct burial cable should be buried at least 12 inches deep. If the wiring is run in conduit, the burial depth may be reduced. Always check local codes for specific requirements. When making splices inside a junction box, use connectors that are rated for wet locations. These connectors are filled with a sealant that prevents moisture from entering the splice. Alternatively, use waterproof wire nuts or heat shrink tubing to protect the splices. Ensure that all splices are mechanically and electrically sound. Pull gently on the wires to ensure that the connection is secure. Use a torque screwdriver to tighten the connectors to the manufacturer's specified torque. Proper support for the wiring is also essential. Secure the conduit to the post using straps or clamps. Support the direct burial cable at regular intervals to prevent it from sagging. Ensure that the wiring is not exposed to excessive tension or stress. When installing lighting fixtures, choose fixtures that are rated for outdoor use. These fixtures are typically made of corrosion-resistant materials and have sealed lenses to protect the bulbs from moisture. Ensure that the fixtures are properly mounted and secured to prevent them from falling. Consider using low-voltage lighting systems for landscape lighting. Low-voltage systems are safer than line-voltage systems and are easier to install. They typically operate at 12 volts or 24 volts, which reduces the risk of electrical shock. When installing low-voltage lighting systems, Use a transformer to step down the voltage from the line voltage to the low voltage. Locate the transformer in a protected area, such as inside a garage or shed. Ensure that the transformer is properly grounded and protected from the elements. Regularly inspect the landscape lighting system for damage or wear. Check the wiring for cracks or breaks. Inspect the fixtures for corrosion or damage. Replace any damaged components immediately to prevent electrical hazards. Consider using timers or photocells to control the landscape lighting system. Timers can be programmed to turn the lights on and off at specific times. Photocells automatically turn the lights on at dusk and off at dawn. These devices can help to conserve energy and extend the life of the bulbs. When selecting bulbs for landscape lighting, choose bulbs that are energy efficient and long-lasting. LED bulbs are a good choice because they use less energy than incandescent bulbs and have a longer lifespan. Ensure that the bulbs are compatible with the fixtures and the voltage of the system. Always disconnect the power before working on the landscape lighting system. Use a voltage tester to verify that the power is off before touching any wires or components. This will help to prevent electrical shock. When digging in the ground, be aware of underground utilities. Call your local utility companies to locate any buried cables or pipes before digging. This will help to prevent damage to underground utilities and potential hazards. Follow all local codes and regulations when installing landscape lighting. Contact your local building department to obtain any necessary permits and inspections. This will help to ensure that the installation is safe and compliant. Proper planning is essential for a successful landscape lighting installation. Consider the layout of the landscape and the desired lighting effects. Choose fixtures and wiring methods that are appropriate for the application. Create a detailed plan before starting the installation. When selecting a contractor for landscape lighting installation, choose a licensed and insured electrician. A qualified electrician will have the knowledge and experience to install the system safely and correctly. Ask for references and check the contractor's credentials before hiring them. Regular maintenance is essential for keeping the landscape lighting system in good condition. Clean the fixtures regularly to remove dirt and debris. Trim any vegetation that is blocking the light. Replace any burned out bulbs promptly. Consider using a surge protector to protect the landscape lighting system from power surges. Power surges can damage sensitive electronic components such as transformers and timers. A surge protector can help to prevent damage and extend the life of the system. When making connections, use the correct tools and techniques. Use wire strippers to remove the insulation from the wires without damaging the conductors. Use crimping tools to make secure connections. Use a torque screwdriver to tighten the connectors to the manufacturer's specified torque. Proper documentation is essential for maintaining the landscape lighting system. Keep a record of the wiring layout, the fixture locations, and the types of bulbs used. This information will be helpful for future maintenance and repairs. Consider using a low-voltage landscape lighting system with a 12-volt alternating current, or AC, transformer. This type of system is relatively safe and easy to install. Use 12-2 low-voltage landscape lighting wire to connect the transformer to the lights. This type of wire is designed for direct burial and is resistant to moisture and corrosion. When connecting the lights to the wire, use waterproof connectors. These connectors will prevent moisture from entering the connections and causing corrosion. Bury the wire at least 6 inches deep to protect it from damage. Use a trenching tool to dig the trench and then backfill it with soil. Make sure the wire is not stretched or kinked during installation. When installing the transformer, choose a location that is close to an outdoor electrical outlet. The transformer should be protected from the weather and from physical damage. Mount the transformer on a wall or post using screws or bolts. Connect the transformer to the electrical outlet using a weatherproof extension cord. When connecting the lights to the wire, use wire strippers to remove the insulation from the ends of the wires. Then, insert the wires into the waterproof connectors and tighten the screws. Make sure the wires are securely connected and that there are no loose strands. Test the lights to make sure they are working properly. Turn on the power to the transformer and check each light to make sure it is illuminated. If a light is not working, check the connections and the bulb. If the connections are loose, tighten them. If the bulb is burned out, replace it with a new bulb. Regularly inspect the landscape lighting system for damage or wear. Check the wires for cracks or breaks. Inspect the lights for corrosion or damage. Replace any damaged components immediately to prevent electrical hazards. Always disconnect the power before working on the landscape lighting system. Use a voltage tester to verify that the power is off before touching any wires or components. This will help to prevent electrical shock. Consider using a digital multimeter to test the voltage and current in the landscape lighting system. A digital multimeter is a versatile tool that can be used to measure a variety of electrical parameters. Use the multimeter to check the voltage of the transformer and at the lights. This will help to ensure that the system is operating properly. Use the multimeter to check the current in the wires. This will help to identify any overloaded circuits. Always follow the manufacturer's instructions when using a digital multimeter. Consider using a wire tracer to locate wires that are buried underground. A wire tracer is a device that sends a signal through a wire and then detects the signal with a receiver. This can be helpful for locating wires that are damaged or disconnected. Always follow the manufacturer's instructions when using a wire tracer. Use caution when working with electricity. Electricity can be dangerous and can cause serious injury or death. Always take precautions to protect yourself from electrical shock. Wear rubber gloves and safety glasses when working with electricity. Avoid working in wet conditions. Disconnect the power before working on any electrical equipment. If you are not comfortable working with electricity, hire a qualified electrician to do the work. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, is a set of standards for the safe installation of electrical wiring and equipment. The NEC is updated every 3 years and is adopted by many states and local jurisdictions. When installing landscape lighting, it is important to follow the requirements of the NEC. This will help to ensure that the installation is safe and compliant. The NEC covers a wide range of topics, including wiring methods, grounding, overcurrent protection, and equipment installation. It is important to consult the NEC for specific requirements related to landscape lighting. Consider using Article 411 of the NEC, which covers low-voltage lighting systems. This article provides requirements for the installation of low-voltage lighting systems, including transformers, wiring, and fixtures. Consider using Article 680 of the NEC, which covers swimming pools, fountains, and similar installations. This article provides requirements for the installation of electrical equipment near swimming pools, fountains, and other bodies of water. Consider using Article 725 of the NEC, which covers Class 1, Class 2, and Class 3 remote control, signaling, and power-limited circuits. This article provides requirements for the installation of low-voltage circuits that are used for remote control, signaling, and power-limited applications. The authority having jurisdiction, or OJ, is the organization that is responsible for enforcing the NEC. The AHA may be a state or local government agency, or it may be a private organization. When installing landscape lighting, it is important to contact the AHA to determine what permits and inspections are required. The AHA may also have specific requirements for landscape lighting installations. Always follow the requirements of the AHA when installing landscape lighting. Proper landscape lighting can enhance the beauty and safety of your property. By following the requirements of the NEC and the AHA, you can ensure that your landscape lighting system is safe and compliant. Remember to consult with a qualified electrician if you have any questions about landscape lighting installations.